Listening test instructions. The listening test is about 50 minutes. There are 6 parts in listening test. You will have about 6 minutes to listen to each passage and answer the questions. The passage will be played once.
Hey, you look concerned. What's on your mind?
The final exam. I'm not fully prepared yet.
Well, don't worry too much. You still have 3 days.
Yeah, but 3 days will fly past in a wink.
Well, you still have time to cram things in your brain anyway.
Question 1. Why is the man looked worried?
You will hear a conversation in 3 sections. You will hear each section only once. After each section, you will hear 2 or 3 questions. You will hear the questions only once. Choose the best answer to each question.
Good afternoon, Alex. How can I help you today?
Hi, I need your help with an issue that came up. It seems that the conference room scheduled for my team's presentation next week is double booked. I just found out that the marketing team has reserved the room for the same time slot.
Oh, that's frustrating. I'm sorry to hear about this. Let me check the booking system to confirm the details. Just a moment, please. Yes, I see the overlap here. Your team is booked for the 14th at 2 p.m., and the marketing team has also reserved it at the same time.
Exactly. This presentation is really important. It's for our quarterly review with senior management. We've been preparing for weeks, and we really need the space to go through the slides and discuss key points with the team.
I completely understand, and of course the marketing team's event is also significant. It's a tricky situation. Do you have any flexibility in the timing or location of your presentation?
Well, the time is critical, as it aligns with when most of our senior stakeholders are available. I'd prefer not to move it earlier or later if possible.
Based on the dialogue, which team is less likely to adjust their schedule? Why does the team leader consider the presentation time critical? What does the administrator likely mean by calling it a tricky situation?
You will hear the second section of the conversation shortly.
Let's see if we can find an alternative solution. I do see that there's another room available on the 14th at 2 p.m. It's slightly smaller, but it should fit your team. Would that be suitable?
I appreciate that. But we've been using the larger conference room for our rehearsals, and the equipment there is already set up for a presentation. Moving to a smaller room would be a challenge.
I see. That does make sense. How about this? What if we manage to secure the conference room at a different time on the 14th? Perhaps moving it to 3:30 p.m. after the marketing team's meeting.
That could work, but I'd need to check with the team first. It's a tight window, and we would need to ensure that all the key people can still make it.
Understood. I can also look into other rooms if we need additional space. I'll reach out to you once I confirm the availability of the larger rooms at different times. In the meantime, let's consider options to keep everyone informed.
Why does the administrator suggest 3:30 p.m. as an alternative time? What can be inferred about the team leader's attitude toward the proposed solutions? How does the administrator maintain effective communication?
You will hear the third section of the conversation shortly.
Hi, Alex. I've got good news. I managed to secure the main conference room for 3:30 p.m. on the 14th. It's right after the marketing meeting, so there's enough time for the transition.
That's great to hear. I'll let my team know about the time change, and I'll make sure the senior management team is updated as well. Thank you for coordinating this.
No problem at all. I'll also make sure the marketing team is informed of the change. We want to keep everyone on the same page.
Thank you for handling this so efficiently. I really appreciate the support.
Of course. If there's anything else you need or any last-minute adjustments, just let me know.
Will do. Thanks again.
What can be inferred about the marketing team's meeting? Which of the following reflects the most critical task for the administrator?
You will hear a conversation followed by 5 questions. Listen to each question. You will hear the question only once. Choose the best answer to each question.
Good morning, Alex. How are you feeling today?
Morning, Coach. I'm feeling a bit off today, actually. My legs are sore from yesterday's practice. I wasn't expecting such an intense session.
I hear you. It was a tough one, but it's all about pushing through that discomfort. It helps build strength in the long run. How are your muscles holding up, though?
They're sore, but nothing I can't handle. I stretched before and after practice, so I think that helped a bit, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be 100% for the next session.
That's good to hear you stretched. Listen, I know soreness can be tough, but it's a sign that your body is adapting. If you need a lighter session today, we can adjust things. How about we focus on technique and conditioning instead of a full-on drill?
That sounds like a good idea, actually. I still want to work on my stamina, but I don't want to risk overdoing it. Do you think I'll be ready for the match on Saturday if I take it a bit easy today?
Absolutely. The match is still a few days away, and it's important not to push yourself too hard today. We can modify your workout and then see how you're feeling tomorrow. A light recovery session will keep you sharp without draining your energy.
That makes sense. I want to be at my best for the match, so I'd rather play it safe. What do you have in mind for today's session?
How about we start with a few drills focused on your footwork and agility? Then we'll do some light jogging to loosen up your legs. After that, we can wrap up with some ball control exercises. These won't put too much strain on your muscles, but they'll keep you sharp for Saturday.
I like that plan. I've been working on my footwork a lot, so that'll be good for me. And the ball control exercises should help me feel more confident with the ball during the match.
Exactly. It's all about maintaining balance between recovery and preparation. Now, do you feel like you've made progress in terms of your fitness over the past few weeks?
Yeah, I think so. My stamina has definitely improved, but I still struggle a bit with speed when I'm feeling tired. I'm working on that, though.
That's great to hear. Speed and endurance are a constant work in progress. Just keep pushing through, and remember, consistency is key. I'll keep an eye on your progress and adjust the workouts accordingly.
Thanks, Coach. I appreciate that. I'll do my best to keep improving.
I know you will, Alex. You've got the right mindset. Let's get started with today's session, and we'll take it from there.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Why does the coach suggest modifying Alex's workout for today? What can be inferred about Alex's attitude toward his training? What is most likely the reason the coach emphasizes consistency is key? What is most likely the main reason Alex feels sore after training? Why does the coach choose footwork and ball control for today's session?
You will hear a conversation followed by 6 questions. Listen to each question. You will hear the question only once. Choose the best answer to each question.
Good afternoon. What can I help you with today?
Hi. I'm doing a project on ancient artifacts, and I wanted to ask you a few questions. I've read a lot, but I'm still trying to understand how historians determine the authenticity of ancient artifacts.
That's a great question. Historians use several methods to determine authenticity. One of the most common techniques is carbon dating, which helps to estimate the age of organic materials. But beyond that, we also look at the artifact's material, craftsmanship, and even the historical context. It's like a puzzle where each piece of evidence gives us a clearer picture.
So when they find something, how do they know where it fits in history?
It really depends on the artifact. Sometimes, the context is crucial. For example, if an artifact is found in a well-known archaeological site, we can often place it within a certain time period, based on the surrounding layers of soil and other items. For example, if you find a pottery shard near a tomb, the tomb's design and materials can help you pinpoint the era.
That makes sense. How about objects that don't fit neatly into any known time period?
That's where things get interesting. When artifacts don't align with known history, we have to explore them more deeply. Sometimes, they might represent an earlier or unknown civilization. Or perhaps the artifact itself is from a culture that was thought to be isolated or undocumented. In these cases, historians might cross-reference texts or use advanced technology, like 3D imaging or chemical analysis, to gather more clues.
Wow, it sounds like a lot of detective work.
Exactly. Every artifact is a clue, and piecing those clues together requires patience, research, and sometimes a bit of luck. But that's what makes history so fascinating.
It definitely makes me more excited about learning how ancient civilizations worked. Thanks so much for the insights.
You're welcome. I'm glad you're interested. Keep exploring, and you might even make a discovery of your own one day.
What can be inferred about the historian's perspective on artifacts? What does the historian imply about artifacts that do not fit neatly into known history? Which of the following can be inferred about the use of 3D imaging and chemical analysis? What is the main challenge in determining the authenticity of an artifact? What can be inferred about the student's attitude towards learning? What is implied about the importance of craftsmanship in determining authenticity?
You will hear a news item once. It is about 1.5 minutes long. Then 5 questions will appear. Choose the best way to complete each statement from the drop-down menu.
In the heart of Vancouver, community members gathered over the weekend for a charity event that brought together individuals from all walks of life in the spirit of giving. Hosted at the historic Orpheum Theatre, the event aimed to raise funds for the city's homeless shelters, which have seen an increased demand in recent months. The evening featured live performances from local artists, including musical acts and heartfelt poetry readings, showcasing the incredible talent of Vancouver's artistic community. Attendees enjoyed a silent auction where donations ranged from signed sports memorabilia to unique pieces of local artwork, with all proceeds directed toward improving shelter facilities and services. Community leaders and city officials attended the event, underscoring the importance of collective action in addressing urgent social issues. The charity's organisers, a coalition of volunteers and non-profit groups, reported that early estimates indicated over $150,000 was raised throughout the evening, surpassing their expectations. The success of the event highlights both the generosity of Vancouverites and their shared commitment to helping those in need. For many guests, the night served as a poignant reminder of the power of community support and compassion, especially as temperatures drop in the coming winter months. As the city continues to grapple with economic challenges, events like these are vital in fostering a culture of solidarity and resilience. With this fundraiser, organisers hope to not only provide immediate relief, but also build momentum for future initiatives aimed at long-term solutions for homelessness in Vancouver. The event concluded with a moving speech by a local shelter manager who expressed heartfelt gratitude to the attendees, reaffirming the collective impact of Vancouver's charitable spirit.
You will listen to a 2 minutes video. Then 8 questions appear. Choose the best way to answer each question.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming together today. As we've discussed before, I think it's time we organize a community event to raise awareness for local environmental issues. Our neighborhood could really benefit from something like this. What do you think?
I completely agree, Anna. Environmental issues are becoming more pressing, and a community event could get people involved in ways that feel personal and connected to where we live. We could focus on things like waste reduction, recycling, and even educating people about energy conservation. There are small steps everyone can take to make a big difference.
Exactly, James. I also think it would be great to showcase sustainable practices that are easy to adopt in our daily lives. Maybe we could have workshops on composting or hosting a swap event where neighbors can exchange clothes, books, or other items to reduce waste. It could be fun, educational, and interactive.
I love those ideas. It could also help create a sense of community, bringing people together over a shared cause. We could even partner with local environmental organizations to bring in experts who can lead discussions or demonstrations. Maybe even some outdoor activities like a park cleanup or tree planting. What do you think?
That sounds perfect. And we could make it a family-friendly event, so it's not just for adults but for kids as well. Maybe even set up a little educational corner for children where they can learn about recycling, nature, and the importance of protecting the planet.
Great idea, James. We could have a kids' art contest focused on environmental themes, or have them plant a small tree or flower in a communal space. That way, they're not just learning, but actively participating. It would be a memorable experience for them.
I'm really excited now. We could also use social media to spread the word and maybe even put up flyers around the building to get more people involved. It's about building momentum and making everyone feel that they can contribute in some way, no matter how big or small.
I agree, Anna. If we can generate enough interest, we could even make this a recurring event. It doesn't have to be a one-time thing, it could be an ongoing initiative, like quarterly cleanup days or regular workshops on environmental topics.
That sounds like a great plan. I think once we start, people will feel inspired to keep going. And the more we involve the community, the more we'll be able to make a real impact.
Absolutely. So, let's brainstorm some dates and begin planning the logistics. We've got this.
You will hear a report once. It is about 3 minutes long. Then 6 questions will appear. Choose the best way to answer each question from the drop-down menu.
Volunteerism embodies the spirit of community, compassion, and altruism. It is the act of offering one's time, skills, and resources without monetary compensation, driven by a desire to help others and contribute to society. This selfless practice not only provides invaluable support to various causes, ranging from aiding the homeless and tutoring children, to environmental conservation and animal rescue, but also fosters a sense of interconnectedness among people. Through volunteerism, individuals develop empathy and a greater understanding of the challenges faced by different communities, broadening their perspectives and encouraging more inclusive attitudes. It is also a catalyst for personal growth, offering opportunities to learn new skills, gain experiences, and build a strong network of relationships that can last a lifetime. Volunteering can be transformative, not only for the communities being served, but for the volunteers themselves, as it can instill a deeper sense of purpose, improve mental health by reducing stress, and boost feelings of self-worth and fulfillment. Furthermore, volunteerism plays a critical role in addressing societal issues that may not be met through traditional means alone. The efforts of volunteers often fill crucial gaps in public service, leading to meaningful social change and enhanced quality of life. At a time when the world faces pressing challenges such as poverty, climate change, and inequality, volunteerism stands as a beacon of hope and a testament to the power of collective action. It reminds us that even small acts of kindness and service can create ripples of impact that extend far beyond what we can imagine, encouraging us to become active, engaged citizens dedicated to making a difference in the world.